Dragon Ball Z has had its fair share of both amazing and disappointing villains.
Well, here I am.
However, there are a menagerie of awesome villains within DC and Marvel Comics alike that would be quite awesome to see face off against the Z Fighters. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the comic book villains that totally belong in Dragon Ball Z. Before we begin, be sure to hit that red button and subscribe to Screen Rant for more awesome content.
This creature seems to feed on energy.
Doomsday. One of Superman's fiercest opponents came in the form of a perfect being who refused to stay dead and would constantly fix the flaws that caused its demise in the first place. While there have been several villains within Dragon Ball, the clear majority of them have been wiped out by simply, well, blasting them to smithereens. It would be quite interesting to see how the Z-Fighters would try to defeat him the second time around if Doomsday made it impossible to be killed the same way twice. Akira Toriyama, take notes.
I'm hearing a voice.
Venom. Let's be honest here. When even the weakest characters like Yamcha can effortlessly destroy a planet, the bizarre symbiote poses little to no threat against the DBZ cast. However, back when Goku was still young during Dragon Ball, Venom would have been quite a big deal. Venom's ability to bring out the aggression in people would have been very interesting to see if it bonded into Krillin or Master Roshi, forcing Goku to face off against the alien hijacker. Fortunately, knowing how Goku's diet has no bounds, he'd probably try to eat the darn thing.
Behold the definition of true power.
AntiMonitor. You ever get such a huge appetite that you just want to eat an entire buffet? Well, a particular DC villain gets so greedy that he can consume entire universes. AntiMonitor is by far one of the most powerful villains within the DC universe, that even Darkseid considers him a threat. With the cunning capabilities to manipulate antimatter, energy, and even time itself, he would be such a huge problem that even the Omni King Zeno would have to get involved. It's safe to say that this multiversal powerhouse would put the other series villains to shame.
I thought you'd be happy to see me.
Hela. One thing we haven't seen often within the Dragon Ball franchise is a menacing female antagonist. Although the present Android 18 filled that role quite well during the Android saga, alongside Kefla in Dragon Ball Super, they weren't an ultimate evil. Hela, the Asgardian Goddess of Death, would prove to be quite the menacing force to fight against. Her powerful magic, ability to manipulate souls, and even cast spells that put Babidis to shame are just the tip of her ability iceberg, which could give Goku a rather difficult fight. SuperboyPrime. Arguably, one of the most powerful versions of Superman comes in the form of a boy with raging teenage hormones and in dire need of anger management. Clark Kent of Earth Prime might be young, but his power eclipses that of his adult versions, as he was able to toy with two Supermen, rip Lantern Corps in half, tear apart a weakened AntiMonitor, and was even capable of torturing Mr. Mixie's Pitalik, a fifth-dimensional imp who likes to troll Superman any chance he gets. The Z-Fighters would no doubt struggle against this insanely powerful Kryptonian.
I swear, I'm not even moving, it's just doing this on its own.
Gorr the God Butcher. Gorr is one of the few Marvel villains who was able to utterly decimate not one, not two, but 3 Thors from different timelines. Due to the harsh conditions of the planet he lived on, Gorr's own flesh and blood weren't spared, with no answer nor help from the gods he prayed to. After doubting the existence of the deities, he discovered the insane power of the Necro Sword. There is a sweet character contrast between Dragon Ball Super's Goku Black and Gorr, since one is a mortal-hating god while the other is a god-hating mortal. Regardless, the Z-Fighters would face several deaths at the hands of the Butcher.
You do not want to challenge me.
Amazo. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, which DC villain Amazo took to the next level. Similar to how Cell had inherited Goku's techniques like the instant transmission and the iconic Kamehameha, Amazo's trademark ability is to copy the powers of those he encounters. Due to possessing the abilities of several members from the Justice League, he is quite a big deal. Just imagine Amazo copying the Hakai from Lord Beerus, Piccolo's regeneration, Boo's magic, or even Goku's Ultra Instinct. That'd be quite a troublesome opponent to fight against.
I know you can hear me.
Apocalypse. One of the strongest mutants within the X-Men franchise is undoubtedly Apocalypse, who has quite a wide array of menacing abilities. Mind manipulation, energy absorption, and his genius intellect allowed him to be victorious over the X-Men several times. His telepathy, for the most part, is unrivaled by even the most powerful mutants, and his ability to craft powerful armor would prove quite a challenge for Goku and friends. However, as mighty as Apocalypse is, he is merely the little brother version of Thanos. Still, he'd give the Z-Fighters a run for their Zenny.
I'll take you in without breaking you.
Darkseid. Arguably the most iconic of Superman's villains alongside Lex Luthor is the new god of apocalypse, Darkseid. He possesses the ability to manipulate matter, minds, and even souls. His avatars, who are mere projections of his true self, can casually defeat the Justice League. As powerful as AntiMonitor is, he was actually pushed into unleashing the God of Death Flash to finally defeat the new god. With the anti-life equation, however, Darkseid becomes even more powerful. Who knows if the Dragon Ball universe could even stand a chance against this overpowered villain?
Demeanor is that of a pouty child.
Thanos. Frieza may be one of the most twisted villains within the Dragon Ball franchise, as is Goku Black, but Thanos is right up there as well. Like Darkseid, Thanos possesses very potent abilities, like matter manipulation, energy absorption, telepathy, and so on. Did we mention that he is banished from death? He doesn't need the Infinity Gauntlet to win, as he has defeated beings as powerful as Galactus with ease. Goku would no doubt have fun and heavily struggle against the Mad Titan.
You're old enough to know how to offer a proper greeting. Show some respect!
So, do you agree with our picks for villains that belong in Dragon Ball? Are there any not on this list that you think would also be right at home? Let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to Screen Rant for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.